Yes, we're going to do Crowder. And I'm going to say something because I have seen many things. Don't talk about it. You don't understand context. Blah, 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 blah. Hear me out. If the left did, or the radicals did, what we are doing, which is to peer behind that closed door, maybe people like Hilary Clinton wouldn't be in the position of power that she's in. The more power a psychopath gets, the more access to those behind the doors that they get, and eventually into your living room. And this is why we look at people like this, because one day he could be running for office, and guess what? He's going to micromanage your ass. So I guess I should preface this because from what I understand, narcissists like to look at everything. This is my opinion. It's completely my opinion. I could be wrong in my opinions, but they're my opinions. They're no one else's opinions. And if you agree with my opinions, thank you. And if you don't, thank you. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get into this. So couples fight. That's not an unheard of thing. And sometimes those fights can be really ugly. Hopefully someone is mature enough to say, you know what, this is going in a really bad direction. We need to step back. Now, from what I understand, they got married in 2012 after dating for 2 years. Okay, that meant there was a 2-year period of whining and dining. And then we got the marriage, then the honeymoon period, and then life. I theorize that the wife, Hilary, realized that the consequences of the abuse would not just be limited to her, that she is about to bring in 2 babies because she has twins. That would also have to deal with the consequence. And generally when women start thinking in that realm, they don't look at the husband anymore as the God on the pedestal. He now becomes a liability because the children become the God on the pedestal.
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abusive and cruel. You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things.
You're not taking the car. She instantly stops giving him attention. She's gathering her things. She wants to leave. She wants to get out. Now, when you've been in a relationship that is a long time of abuse, you kind of know the triggers. And you know that when you wake up in the morning dealing with someone, if it's going to be a good day or a bad day, just by how they greet you or how they look at you or what they're abusing. We're also going to watch the dogs in this because if you saw...
I drew a boundary. I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary.
We got one dog. He's anxious. He's come over to the aggressor, and we will speak on this soon for all of you who think that his behavior is, a good man. Jesus Christ. But anyways, I digress. He's anxious. He's going to Crowder. He's trying to calm down. He's getting ignored. So he goes into the house. He wants to get away from the situation. The other one is laying there, but he's not relaxed. He's up. He's paying attention. Animals also know that to disappear is the right way to be if you do not want to be its next victim.
Abusive and cruel. You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things, then I will go pick up the groceries.
There's no groceries. I'd be happy.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first?
So we are seeing some cuts in here. We don't really like cuts, but it doesn't really change what is going on. Her volume is staying pretty low. Crowder's volume is up, and his hand movements are very aggressive.
Hilary, how do you respect a man? Yes. How do you man respect? How do you man receive love and respect? No. How do you man respect? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
you are not.
Then I will ask someone to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Stephen.
Get an Uber.
So here we see part of it. I will ask somebody to pick me up. And she comes back with, who would you like me to pick up? And I thought, well, that is a really odd way to put it. But she's not being aggressive. We're not seeing much of a head roll. We're not seeing any head roll on that one. The eyes don't look like there's no eye rolls, no nothing. So it wasn't a sarcastic remark of, I'm going to get at you by saying something silly. Volume is still calm, trying to look unthreatening, although I don't see how an 8-month pregnant woman with twins could look threatening, but go ahead. Who would you like me to pick up? Who would you like me to ask? Hands are relaxed, body is slumped. She's defeated. It is because this kind of thing has probably been the argument prior. of who's coming to get her or who is she going with. This is not the first argument. Instead of being semi-sane, Crowder's response is, oh, is that a threat? So he is escalating this argument. He's taking it and pushing it to the next level. And since it seems to be that she won't do wifely duties, which at 8 months pregnant, you would think she'd get a break. And since he's a millionaire, really the only thing she has to do is put out. And it looks like she's done that. Hire a maid.
Okay, Stephen, I can't.
Feeling some.
So here she goes into, I can't, and you see the head just looking for an out. The negative is going, the body is shifting. She's trapped. And of course, his response is feeling some constraints. It's the control.
Constraints?
Stephen.
Like, I can't
Stephen.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're going to take the car and leave me here. Hilary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No.
Now, I'll be back when I'm back, the quip comes in. And at this point, she's probably just had enough. And like I go back into the theory, when you've got babies coming, you start thinking of what their life is going to be like. And when you realize how bad your situation is and what you're bringing them into, you no longer have any leeway for the individual giving you those problems. They are now a liability.
It doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. It doesn't work either.
Do
you understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen.
My life, my. And you hear a lot of the I's in here. It's my life. I'm going to be trapped. I don't want to do this. Not good for me. Me. Her life is micromanaged around his life because it damn near is odd as hell to have that much money and you got one car. One car. That is control. So you see her turn to go through the door and she stops and turns back and she has her hand up in that stop moment. She wants him to stop. So she's chicking out of actually walking away from the situation, maybe from fear of it escalating into him chasing her down or the fight getting bigger. We don't know. It is like she knows not to run from this bear.
The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Yeah.
He says the only way out of it, and at that moment, that's when her hand goes to her babies. And then she immediately turns to go to the keys, and at the same time saying, we are at an impasse. So mentally, it's time to go, at least in her mind. The guy reminds me of BTK. Bind, torture, but not the kill. If you ever sit there and watch our videos on his family dynamics with his daughter, you realize they're very similar.
There you go. You throw your hand. You give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hilary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
All right, now we get the dog because she's getting antsy. And I'm talking about the wife. And the dog is now reacting to the wife, is starting to set boundaries. And you've got Crowder over here going, watch it. The ears are back on the dog. The dog is looking around, looking for an escape route. Where does it go? Who do I side with? The other one, if you notice, has not come back. It's staying the hell away from this situation. They know. This is not their first rodeo. If this was a new fight, something that has never escalated to this level, those animals would be trying to comfort both people. They want it to stop.
I'm going to let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just talk and baby for a little bit. Okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself.
And you just need to be disciplined about it. Geez Louise, the way he speaks about her, I'm surprised she stayed as long as she did. It's unfortunate that children had to come into the situation for her to realize what kind of life they were going to have with this monster. Because as you see, as he's talking about her discipline, she keeps holding her belly as if protecting those babies. I think I've drilled this home enough on why people like this who are in positions of influence and eventually getting into office, yes, we need to see what's behind those closed doors because we've already seen what the other side looks like when they get power.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for gold subscribers.